Hi there, this is Steve from chordbook.com. As you can hear, that guitar sounds pretty terrible. It's completely out of tune, and this video is all about helping you to learn to tune your guitar. Now, tuning your guitar is really important. You need to learn to do this as soon as possible, really, when you're starting to learn, so that you can stay in tune with yourself when you're practicing, play along to your favourite records, and play along with other musicians, you know. Playing along with other musicians might be coming later, but if you're in tune, that's all going to work. Being out of tune sounds terrible. So there's two kind of main methods for tuning. The first being using a tuner. Now, on an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar, you can use a tuner. Many tuners that you'll buy in the shops will have a microphone for acoustic guitars and a plug so you can plug in electric guitars to them. I'm currently using my tuner, which is built into my multi-effects unit by Line 6, and I've got a camera on that so you can see. And I'm going to show tuning for electric guitar through a tuner first. Now, each string has its own note name, all the 6 strings different notes obviously, with the top and bottom one being both high E and a low E. Now with the tuner, it will recognise the string you're playing and tell you the note, and you'll be able to work out from what you see on the tuner whether you're sharp or too high, or flat, which is too low. The guideline normally is either a light, you have some lights that move to a central point, like a green light when you're in tune, or on my tuner you'll see there's an arrow point. So let's start by trying to tune this guitar, which is currently out. Now the bottom string is the E string. Now you'll see on the tuner that it's currently E flat, which means, well, it's quite a bit flat, so it's too low. And we'll tune that up. And as you tune the tuning peg up, that note gets more and more towards the middle, and then the arrow appears when we are in tune. So that's the E string in tune. Now the other strings, so the notes of each string are E, A, D, G, B and E. So the high string, the lowest string down, which is the highest note, is the same note as the bottom string. So what you can do is you can actually tune that now straight away. So listen to this note, and this should be the same. So it's currently a bit flat, but again the tuner will also show you that, and we'll tune that one. So as you go through each string, the tuner will recognise whether it's sharp or flat. So let's do that now. With the A string, bit flat. The D string, the next one, again a bit flat, so that's now in tune. The G string, this one's sharp, so too high, and we'll bring that down. When the note's too high, if it's sharp, what's good to do is to tune it below the point where it's in tune and tune it back up. So that helps with the string tension. So I'm going to do that now. There we go. The B string, also a bit high. And the E string we've already tuned is in tune. So we turn my tuner off so you can hear the signal, and we are now perfectly in tune. Now the second method of tuning your instrument doesn't require a tuner, and is more relevant for when you might be on your own playing where there's no tuner available, or you might be around a friend's house or a campfire or anything where you just want to be able to play and it to sound nice and be tuned relevant to the instrument rather than having a tuner to tune it to. Now that method requires you to have one string to base all the other tunings on. So let's start with this string, the E string. Now that may be out of tune, you know, it sounds a bit low, but even if that's not actually a true E, you can still tune the guitar to that note, and let's do that now. You do that by putting your finger on the 5th fret and fretting that note. Now when you have the E string on the 5th fret, you're actually playing an A. In this case it may not be a true A, but let's hear it. And because we know that's an A, the next string is the A string, so it should be the same note. So let's listen. They're about right at the moment. If they're different, you'll be able to hear, and you tune up to the point where they're the same note. Now the next one, the A string, you put your finger and you fret the 5th fret on the A string, which gives you a D, and the next string is the D string, and you can hear that's too high. Listen. So you tune that down. And do that while you're holding both, so you can hear both, the one you're fretting and the open string. the same note. The next one, the D string, you fret again on the 5th fret here, and that gives you a G, and then again you play the G string below it, and that's too high again. You tune that down. Now, the only string that's different from the others is the G string. Now, instead of fretting on the 5th fret, you go on the 4th fret, so here, and you fret that here, and that will give you the B. And again, I'm too high, I'm sharp. There we go. And finally, back onto the 5th fret. Now it should be in tune. So now that instrument's in tune with itself. It may not be in tune with the record you're playing along to, or if another musician is there, they might not be in tune, but it allows you to hear the instrument and actually play along and be in tune. Now that's tuning method E, A, D, G, B, E. That's standard tuning. Now that's what most popular music is recorded in, and if you're learning an instrument you'll be in standard tuning pretty much all the time. Other types of tuning exist for different styles of music or to get variations of chords. One of them that's quite popular is drop D. That's where the low E string is dropped down to a D. And you can hear that by playing the D string here and listening. There you go, they're the same note, and that's used in sort of heavier music or some country music. That's one version of an alternative tuning. There's many out there, and we won't go into those now, but hopefully that's been useful to show you how to tune your instrument. If you have any questions, feel free to post a comment. Again, a tuner is essential for the first method. You can pick them up online for fairly cheap, £10 to £15. The same method applies for tuning electric as an acoustic. The only difference is you don't use the lead, you just use the microphone on the tuner. Great, hope that's been helpful. Take care, bye bye.